Hello, this is Coded, or whatever you want to call me. Today I am bringing you a team analysis for the fight that we have against the Hell's Kitchen Heracross. I believe that's what his team name is, but Edgy is the coach, and I'll leave his Twitter in the description, and I'm not sure if he has a YouTube channel or not. I'll leave that in the description. Also, if he does, everything's going to be in the description. And today, as I said, we're bringing a team analysis, and let's go talk about our first one here, who is called Karariko Bell, who is the Bronzong, and is got the name from the bell from the Zelda Twilight Princess games, I believe. Yes, and named after the bell that you get the 50 or 100 rupee piece from. It's just a memorable bell, and Bronzong looks like a bell. So it is choice scarfed because of Trick, because I want a choice scarfed Trick Pokemon for the Ferrothorn, because that scares me. The Ferrothorn is one of three that scare me, but I have planned heavily against... Well, no, Ferrothorn doesn't scare me, it's just hard to counter. But if I do Trick with a choice scarf, then I am more than likely going to have a Rocky Helmet Bronzong, which is pretty nice looking, bearing in mind his selection of ones that he could take. And I have chosen Heat Proof instead of Levitate. I don't know whether I should have Levitate or Heat Proof, because Heat Proof is an unexpected ability to have, and it will allow me to actually face the Torkoal if he brings it. And he doesn't have many mons that could have ground type attacks, and it would also help if I get burnt as well. And more I think about it, Levitate won't help in this battle because he doesn't have anything. Well, he does have some things that could learn ground types moves, but I personally feel that Heat Proof will be a better thing to have, and we will see whether I am right. And yeah, we'll see. It also has Stealth Rocks because it's a rock setter, and the whole of Edgy's team selection, about half or over half, are weak to rocks, and the rocks will do at least 25% damage to quite a lot of his mons. And then Earthquake to cover the it's Earthquake for the Beedrill, which is probably going to kill this anyway, or the Torkoal, because Gyro Ball won't do much against anything, because I need to put loads of stuff in the speed, because Choice Scarf, and then Protect, because I need to fill the last move. No, I might actually put Explosion on instead of Protect, because it's a nice last minute damage dealer, and this one is very limited. It's very designed to counter his Ferrothorn, which should be an opening mon. But moving on, we have Nelly the Donphan, who has Sturdy and Leftovers, who is another rock setter just in case I don't get the rocks off with Karariko Bell, and it also is a Rapid Spin knockoff Roar set, because I like the thought of roaring all of his mons to just get to whittle his whole team down, and knockoff pretty self-explanatory along with Rapid Spin, because knockoff to get rid of nasty items, which is going to be mainly for the Azumarill, and if he brings it, that is, which is one of the biggest fears on his team that scares me, along with Spiritomb and Dragonite, sort of, but with the rocks he's less of a threat. But this Karariko Bell with Trick could also trick Azumarill into Aqua Jet, because the usual set is Choice Band, but Choice Scarf will take away that damage bonus and gives me some nice boost on Earthquake because it's physical, and Explosion. Wow, a Choice Banded Explosion, that would be amazing. And knockoff just in case Trick doesn't work, and to get rid of all the other nasty items. And now we have Dosu Kinuta, who is nicknamed after the Naruto character of Dosu, who is one of the Sound Village guys with the long sleeves. Choice Band Reckless to get the maximum amount of damage on this jump kick, and Choice Band also just to increase the damage on U-turn, Stone Edge and Aerial Ace, because without any investments in speed, or even with investments in speed, he outspeeds quite a lot of most of his mons. Yeah, apart from Mega Beedrill, Ninjask and Aerodactyl, and I doubt he is going to bring Aerodactyl, but I have our next mon, who I'm going to talk about after, to counter that. So we have U-turn, jump kick for the reckless boost, U-turn just to get a nice bog standard damage off, Stone Edge because most of his team is weak to rock type moves, Aerial Ace to also get all the bug types, which will Stone Edge won't be super effective against. Like Heracross is a reasonably scary thing on his team, but it can not take a choice banded Aerial Ace from this guy. Moving on, we have Tanabata, named after the Japanese Wish Festival, I believe, of Tanabata. Choice Scarfed, Serene Grace, Jirachi, with Iron Head, U-turn, Healing Wish, Fire Punch. It was Heart Stamp, but Fire Punch is there for the Ferrothorn because I have nothing to damage the Ferrothorn once I lock it in, and Tanabata is a nice all-round mon that I can use to counter, to cover the Ferrothorn, and also the Iron Head, it could be there for the Aerodactyl to deal some nice damage on that Azumarill, and there's not much that will appreciate a Iron Head, especially with that flinch chance. Healing Wish is there for just to heal up any of my sturdy mons. Like, I've done some test battles, and Crossel and Nelly both, Crossel and Donaphan both appreciate the healing wish if Jirachi is useless, because moving on to Crossel here, is a cover for almost any mon he can bring. Well, no, a cover for the scary ones he can bring. So, what can Crossel do? So he is a shell-smashing, cust-up berry Crossel, and just it's a nice set because the cust-up berry, in combination with sturdy, allows it to move first next turn, and depending on what mon has brought it down, or whether he can actually get some shell smashes off and live, because in some tests he's managed to get like 2 or 3 shell smashes off before going down to the sturdy, which can kill almost any mon with 2. Like a +2 rock wrecker is not nice, and he is very much a massive glass cannon with his moveset, and X-Scissor is there for just general coverage, really. I believe it's there to hurt. It's just there to hurt, really. It could be there for the Ferrothorn if it's still out to get some neutral damage off. Rock Wrecker is there for a massive blast, like Rock Wrecker is to get rid of any of the non-rock appreciating types, and Poison Jab is there for the Azumarill because poison is one thing that it doesn't like. And moving on to our last Pokemon, Bowing 747, who is a Togekiss with leftovers, Serene Grace, Nasty Plot, Air Slash, Roost, and Dazzling Gleam. Pretty simple, bulky, air slashing monster here. Air Slash is great to get the crits. Dazzling Gleam is there for that Spiritomb, which is the last of the mons that scare me, as I mentioned earlier, because it's too bulky, in my opinion, far too bulky. And Roost to recover health, and if he, because I believe Roost makes the it makes the flying type be removed. So if I can statistically use Roost to, if I bait him into something that's super against flying, I can Roost, get neutral damage off, also a heal, but it isn't fast enough to do that. I am quickly going to make Bones 747 max speed, because I just want it to deal damage. And is that odd? That is odd, which means when Rocks won't. I don't care if it's odd, actually. But this is my team, and in 2 days the battle will be up, and let's see where that goes. And without further ado, if you want to keep in touch with what's happening when it comes to uploading and everything, check out the Twitters down in the description. And as I said, without further ado, I'll leave you guys with a goodbye. Bye.